In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to draw this isometric pictorial. We're going to divide it into two components. So one being the big block behind, this smaller block in the front. So the first thing you want to do is we want to divide up this pictorial into its height, width, and depth so we can have a better understanding of the shape. So if you can look closely, this is divided up into individual cubes. If we draw this on our isometric grid, each cube looks something like this, with that first piece being the top and these two sides being the front and right side. Typically the front is going to be facing this direction and the right side is facing this direction, just for reference. So to specify the height, we can tell that this is going up about 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Our overall width, so our distance from left to right, is 1, 2 units plus 3, 4 units. And our depth, or our distance from front to back, is 1, 2 units. We can also see the depth down here by going 1 and then 2 back here. Okay, so now that we have this initial information, we are ready to start drawing our isometric pictorial. I'm going to go ahead and set up our drawing, and you can follow along with me as I do this. So the first part I'm going to trace out is this. So I have my height of 3 and my width of 2. So that first box, I'm going to go ahead and draw over here. So we have a height of 1, 2, 3, a width of 2, a height of 3, and then I'm going to connect it back, just like that. Now I'm ready to start adding the depth to this piece. Now, these angles are going back from each edge here. So 1, 2, and 3. So as you can see here, these are going back at a 30-degree angle, which is one of the characteristics of an isometric pictorial. So if I go back to the one I'm drawing, I'm going to draw back 3 lines. 1 block, 2 blocks, and 2 blocks again. Now I'm ready to actually connect these. So I'm going to connect the ones in back, and then I'm going to go down 1 unit. So if I connect the ones in back and go down 1 unit, I have that first drawing good to go. Go ahead and fix that there. Perfect. All right, so now we're ready to start drawing this second box. And we're going to take the exact same approach as the first. So we know that the second box starts right here where that first depth line ends. So I'm going to draw 2 cubes up, 2 cubes over, 2 cubes down, and 2 cubes back to connect it. So if we're doing this over here, we have 2 cubes up, 2 cubes over, 2 down, and 2 over again. Now I'm ready to start adding my depth. So if I go to each one of my corners here, I'm going 1 unit back. So 1 unit back here, 1 unit here, and 1 unit here. The last thing I need to do to finish this up is to connect these lines. And once I connect them, my shape is going to be entirely closed. So the last thing I need to do is I need to specify a light source to tell, so we can adequately show where the light is coming from and where the shadows are going to be casted. This is going to allow us to see a little bit more detail in the drawing. So if the light is coming from the right, that means that the right side of my shape is going to remain entirely white. So that means we need to add hatching to the front view and the top view. So hatching looks like single lines that are drawn neatly on the planes that are adjacent to the side that the light is being shown on. So I'm going to go ahead and do my hatching on my front view, and we want to make sure that our lines are nice and straight and also evenly spaced. So a good rule of thumb is doing your hatching at the half mark increment in between your isometric grid, just like this. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the hatching on the top. I like to connect my hatching so they go in the opposite direction of the initial hatches that I did, and that makes your drawing really neat and professional and clear. And that is how you do this isometric pictorial. I hope this tutorial helped. Have fun with your future drawings.